Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there. I'm Teacher Oakley, and for the next hour today, we're going to play around with adverbs. In English, native speakers. Generally speaking, native speakers are not going to talk to you in a normal conversation and say, I saw a movie, it was a boring movie. They just don't do that. They're going to use adverbs as intensifiers to slightly alter the meaning, they're going to use adjectives. They won't just say, they're going to use intensifiers or adverbs to change or modify the meaning of the adverbs. A normal native conversation would be more like, I saw a movie last night. Man, it was such a boring movie. It was an extremely boring movie. It was a really boring movie. It was a kind of boring movie. If you want to sound more like a native speaker when you speak, you should try incorporating in adverbs or intensifiers into your speech. We will look at adverbs a little bit in general, and more specifically as intensifiers, and we'll practice a little description. Okay, so let me welcome some students to the class. Hello, Daniel.
Welcome. Hi, Oakley. How are you doing?
I'm good, Daniel. It's 9 in the morning. It's already like 36 degrees here.
Really? It's pretty hot.
Yeah, and it's going to get hotter.
You are cooking itself.
No, I'm sitting about less than 1 meter away from the air conditioner, which is blowing directly on me.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the class. Hello, Gregory. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
How are you today?
Everything's okay. Fine. Thank you.
Okay. Nice to have you aboard. And welcome to the class, Omar. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? I'm doing great, thanks.
Okay. Terrific. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at adverbs and what are they and how do we use them, and then we'll practice a little bit. Okay, I'm going to start with a screen share here and kind of talk to you a little bit, and then I'll let you guys maybe practice a little bit. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Adverbs definition. All right, the adverbs are a part of speech. Parts of speech, of course, include nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and others, conjunctions, pronouns, etc. Okay, it is primarily used to modify a verb or an adjective or possibly another adverb. Adverbs can also modify in prepositional phrases, subordinate clauses, complete sentences, all of the above. Adjective is adverbial. Okay, we have things called adverbial particles. When we say take off, off is actually used to modify the verb take, and so off in that phrasal verb is called an adverbial particle instead of what we normally consider it to be a preposition. Okay, unimportant, just a little side note. Okay, positioning of an adverb in a sentence. Okay, an adverb that modifies an adjective, as in quite sad, or modifies another adverb, such as very carelessly, appears immediately in front of the word. It modifies. Okay, that's a solid rule. An adverb that modifies a verb is generally more flexible. It may appear before or after the verb it modifies. For example, softly is an adverb. Softly sang. Or you could say or read or write, sang softly. Or sometimes it may be at the beginning of the sentence, softly she sang to the baby. Now, generally speaking, if you've ever seen any of my classes talking about verb tense, I usually briefly mention that it is safest to put the adverb directly in front of the verb. That's never wrong, and usually doesn't change the meaning of the sentence from a rather direct meaning. Okay, and that is never wrong. Sometimes when we move the adverb around to after the verb or the beginning of the sentence, it can either drastically affect the meaning of the sentence, or sometimes it's just plain wrong. It won't even make sense. So yes, if you're modifying a verb, you can move it around, but the safest place to put it is directly in front of the verb. So, for example, if you're taking a test or something, you might want to keep that in mind. Okay, what does an adverb actually do? Well, they do a lot of things. They can add information about time. For example, rarely, frequently, tomorrow. These are all adverbs. They can add information about manner, how something is done, how the verb is acted out. Slowly, you run quickly, run willingly. Yes, you can run willingly. Okay, how something is done or the manner. Or there are adverbs commonly to add information about place, here, there, and everywhere. And sometimes other meanings, okay. Forms. As you can plainly see with all these examples, many adverbs are formed from adjectives by adding the suffix ly, ly. Easily, dependably, but then more of the, especially the adverbs which give information about time and place, they're just words, just, still, almost, not. Actually, when we use negative sentences, the word not is actually functioning as an adverb. Okay, because it's obviously because it's negating the meaning of the verb. He's not running. Okay. Okay, we can't. All right. The ending ly. Not all words that end in ly are adverbs. Here's a common mistake or misconception that some people don't realize. For example, words like friendly or neighborly, these are adjectives. Okay. A friendly neighbor. Friendly is functioning to modify the noun, which means it's an adjective. Okay. Adjectives can modify other adjectives or a noun. Adverbs can modify an adjective, an adverb, or a but never a noun. Okay, as I was mentioning in my introduction, let's start talking about intensifiers. Okay, native speakers use intensifiers all the time. Thinking about these three, very, really, extremely. That's all well and good. Let's take a second here. I want to see what we can come up with for very normal, very plain conversational intensifiers. Hang on just a second, guys. I want to test the Verbling chat. Nothing. Okay, just For some reason, the last couple days, VerbLink Chat has not been functioning. Hopefully, they're upgrading it. So I'm going to be using the Google Hangouts chat, the blue box up there in the corner. Okay, so if you want to put something in the chat box, let's all use that, the Google Hangout chat. Okay. Okay. Often used, possibly overused adverbs include very really. Okay, let's just think about a very simple phrase. Bad movie. All right, a very bad movie, a really bad movie. What other? What else can I say? Okay, extremely. We already saw that on the worksheet. Extremely. What else? Daniel, can you think of another intensifier that we use for simple adjectives like bad? What could I say? A what bad movie?
For that example or another one?
Yeah, for a what bad? A very bad movie. What other intensifier or adverb could I use? Or adverbial phrase, which there are some of those.
Absolutely.
An absolutely bad movie. Okay. This is what we'll be doing in later in the class. You're jumping forward to, okay. We wouldn't normally use absolutely for a very simple adjective. You can. It's not wrong. Okay, it's not. I don't want to tell you it's wrong. You're using an adverb to modify an adjective, and that's okay. It's just not normal. It's not the normal collocation. When I talk about collocations in English, normal words that are put together. All right. Grammatically speaking, no, that's not. I mean, that's perfectly fine. But absolutely, you might use with an adjective more like an absolutely bizarre movie, a stronger adjective, a more extreme.
What about certainly?
A certainly, okay, a certainly bad movie. No, I wouldn't go there either. More simple. I'm thinking very simple here.
Completely.
A completely bad movie.
Entirely.
Entirely bad movie. You've got a lot of adverbs in your arsenal there. Yeah, okay. Entirely bad might be a little more natural. Okay, you've given me a lot here. You might hear entirely bad. Okay, I'll give that one to you. Gregory, can you think of any others that might be more simple?
Evidently bad movie.
You guys are going with the deadly bad?
Deadly bad movie.
Deadly bad. While that's funny, and I love the collocation, you guys are giving me adverbs that are usually used with more extreme adjectives. You guys are all getting ahead of me. I'm thinking simple, 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 simple. Adverbial phrase like kind of bad. All right. Things like that.
Or sort of. No.
Which we use for very sort of. Yes. Now we're talking. Okay. Sort of bad. That was sort of bad. We tend to use with much more simple adjectives like good, bad. Okay. Omar, can you think of any? Here's another one. Whoops. Which I misspelled.
Yes.
Hi. Can you think of any others? Modifiers or adverbs or adverb phrases that we use?
About movie?
Yeah. Really bad movie, a very bad movie, a kind of bad movie. Yeah. I'll give you a hint. Here's another one. A pretty bad movie.
A pretty bad movie, or maybe a badly bad movie.
A badly bad movie. I don't think so. I wouldn't buy that out, Omar. Omar, let me give you a different question. Let me phrase it a different way. How would I use a modifier or an adverb to make it negative or make it less extreme? All of these, very bad, really bad, kind of bad, sort of bad, it makes it a little worse than regular bad.
Poorly.
Poorly? No.
Poorly.
No.
Adjective or adverb?
Adverb. Okay.
As an example.
Okay. 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 How about, yeah, actually, Daniel, you're onto something. Not so bad. The movie was not so bad. Okay. Quite bad. The movie was quite bad. Okay. Yes, Daniel, your examples, those are usually used for more simple adjectives. So sometimes the movie was okay. It wasn't so bad. Oh, okay, not so bad. Was not so bad. So we can also sometimes use adverbs to go the other way. All right. The thing is that we tend to use different intensifiers for more sort of blasé adjectives and different intensifiers or adverbs for more extreme adjectives. One other thing before we continue. Okay, we have to, talking about adverbs, we can't really talk about these simple but very common in English speech, these kind of sort of pretty, some would argue even overused. It sounds much more natural if you use them, though. Hi, dog. Okay, we have to talk about very and really for a second, because this is such a common second language mistake. Okay, can I say the sock was very smelly? Gregory, is that okay?
Really smell.
Really smelly, that's fine. Is very smelly okay? A very smelly sock. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's okay for me too. Okay. Okay, but what if I want to put, hang on a second, let me, now if you remember when we're talking about the functions here, hang on, not the functions but the positions. Okay, let's actually look at very and really. Very sad, really sad, okay. Very carelessly, really carelessly, okay. How about when we're using a verb? Can I say he really sang beautifully? Is that okay, Omar? He really sang beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah? Omar, how about if I say he very sang beautifully?
He very, no, that is not okay.
It is not okay, but you would be surprised how often I hear it. Using very to modify a verb. That doesn't work because we can't use very to modify. He's very running fast. Doesn't make sense. Very we only use to modify an adjective or an adverb. How could I use very? If I want to use very and sang beautifully, how would I do it, Omar?
She sang.
Yes.
No, sería. She sang very.
Yes.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
Exactly.
No, yes.
Yes, 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 Omar. Be more confident. You got it. That's it exactly. If you really want to use very in that sentence, you would use it to modify beautifully, which is another adverb. She sang very beautifully. Exactly, Omar. You got it. Okay. This is an extremely common mistake. Very and really can be used interchangeably with adjectives and adverbs, but don't use very for verbs. Okay, and these simple adverbs. Thank you, Omar. Your puppy's a little excited there. What could I say, Daniel? What could I say about Omar's puppy, Daniel?
Using these things,
Sure.
his dog is extremely excited.
Ah, yes, it is. Okay. Right. Very good. Okay, these intensifiers we're looking at that make adjectives stronger, or sometimes by using not, less strong. Here's some other ones that we didn't look at. Amazingly, exceptionally. The movie was exceptionally bad. Okay, the movie was incredibly bad. It was a particularly bad meal. Okay, these are more common ones for less extreme adjectives. Remarkably good movie. Particularly unusually. Okay, here's another quick side note here about enough. We also use enough to say more about an adjective or add information to an adjective, but this is a weird exception, as you guys probably know by now. English is full of strange exceptions. Enough, which is an adverb, comes after its adjective. Yes, in English there's always some stupid exception. And here it is for today's lesson. If you are 17, you are old enough to drive a car. I can't wear those shoes. They're not big enough. Let's actually try that out. Gregory, can you use enough in a sentence?
I drill English words more than enough.
One more time.
I'm drilling English words more than enough.
Ah, okay. All right. I am drilling English words more than enough. Okay, more than enough is a common phrase. All right. More. Okay, so he's modifying the comparative adjective more. Okay, fine. Omar, you want to give it a try? Please.
Okay. They aren't hungry enough.
They aren't. They aren't hungry enough. Okay, hungry is obviously an adjective, and enough is you're placing it behind it, so that's right. All right, Daniel, quick example of enough.
I don't have enough money to buy an airplane.
Ah, okay. Wait a minute. I don't have enough money. Wait a minute. Let's examine that. Okay. Wait a second here. Wait a minute here. Is enough an adverb in this sentence?
No.
What is enough modifying?
Money.
Indeed. Okay, so there's the trick. Yes, this is a slight trick. Enough can be an adjective. Enough can function as an adjective or an adverb. So, yes. There you go. In Daniel's, I was wondering if one of you would do this. Daniel's example here, he's used enough correctly. There's nothing wrong with this sentence at all. However, enough is functioning as an adjective here, right? Okay. Now, if he had said, I am not smart enough to fly an airplane, okay, smart is an adjective. All right. So if you use enough as an adjective, it comes before the noun like any normal adjective. Big black dog precedes the noun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which it modifies. But when it modifies an adjective and it's functioning as an adverb, it comes after.
For example, today, Oakley is not sarcastic enough.
Really? I'll try to work on that. I'll try to do better, Daniel. Sorry, don't mean to let you down. Okay. Yes, that's a good example. Very good. Okay, now, as you guys were previewing, intensifiers with stronger adjectives. Stronger. What is stronger adjectives? Words like, Gregory, you want care to take a guess? What might be considered a strong adjective?
I don't understand your question.
Okay. Strong. Does anybody understand my question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Omar, what do you think a strong adjective might be?
It's equal to adjective. No, it's a strong. Can I see the okay? Strong adjectives. They mean other adjective with a adverb plus adverb.
No, I'm just looking for adjectives which sometimes they're called strong adjectives. Sometimes they're called extreme
Terrific.
adjectives. Terrific. Terrific answer. Okay. All right. A more normal adjective, he could say it's a good movie or a very good movie, terrific movie. Right. That is definitely a good example. Daniel, terrific is an example. Daniel, can you think of an example?
Maybe huge.
Huge. Okay. Very, very easy to think about what are extreme adjectives when you think about, for example, sizes of things. Okay. We have very normal adjectives like small, large, big. Okay, these are very kind of blah adjectives. Yes, but then we have much more extreme adjectives like huge, gargantuan, enormous. All right, these are much more extreme. Or on the other end, puny, minuscule, molecular, tiny, infinitesimal. Much more
Atomic.
atomic. Very good. Yes, these are the ones on the ends of the spectrums. That's what I'm talking about. The much more extreme adjectives. Oh, look, and here's enormous, and here's huge. Daniel, you predicted it. Very good. All right, so they would equal a more normal adjective with an intensifier. Okay, so huge pretty much equates with or is equal to very big. Just like tiny basically means very small. Brilliant. Okay, it would be an extreme adjective as opposed to clever or smart. Much more normal adjective. Okay. What did Omar say? Okay, this belongs in this group. Awful, terrible, disgusting, dreadful. All right, to talk about extremes of just bad, and obviously the other way around. Excellent, perfect, ideal, wonderful, splendid. to equate with very good. Certain, okay, this is why I had problems with this earlier in the class, because certain is an extreme for sure. Delicious is an extreme of tasty. Okay, we do not normally use very with these adjectives, and that list that we created earlier, you know, some of them definitely vary. We don't really say it's very enormous. It's a very awful movie. It sounds a little weird. It's just not a normal collocation. Very brilliant. He's a very brilliant man. It's, again, this is where earlier in the class I was trying to say, well, you can say he's a very brilliant man. It's possible. Grammatically correct. It's just not really a normal collocation. The man has a very enormous head. Okay, it's possible. It's a little strange. So what do we use? Well, we use more strong adverbs. Things like absolutely, completely, totally is very common, all right? Utterly, good one. Really is much more easy to use, much more common with extreme adjectives. Exceptionally, particularly, quite. All right, so some examples. The film was absolutely awful. It would sound odd to say the film was very awful. Okay, he was an exceptionally brilliant child. Okay, it would definitely seem weird to say he was a pretty brilliant child. He was a kind of brilliant child. How can you be kind of brilliant? It's a little strange. The film smelled. The food smelled really disgusting. Okay, let's using extremes. Okay, let's talk about extreme adjectives modified with these types of adverbs. Okay, let's talk food for a minute. Daniel, tell me about a particularly disgusting meal. What is an awful food that you had? What is a very bad dish or something that you ate that was very bad? Daniel, are you there? Am I here? Can you guys hear me? Am I here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So I wonder if I'm lost. I feel like I'm in limbo. Okay, maybe Daniel stepped out for a glass of water or something. All right, Gregory. Tell me about a particularly bad meal that you had.
It's absolutely disgusting food.
Yeah. What was it?
What was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it all.
You like everything? Is there any food you don't like?
Yes. Maybe it's very fat food. It's very fat meat. I dislike it.
Okay. Very fat meat. Fat there you're using as an adjective. So fat is not really an extreme adjective, so you are correct to say very fat meat. Okay, as an example. All right. Omar, turn that around. Tell me about your favorite food. What is something you really love? And describe it to me using intensifiers and adjectives. And tell me why you like it. Okay?
Okay. Lasagna is absolutely amazing.
Very good.
And I like it because I love cheese. Oh, my dog.
Okay. What is it called? The dish?
Lasagna.
I don't know that. If you,
Italian dish.
oh, really? Okay.
Lasagna with pasta.
Oh, lasagna.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. Oh, okay. Mmm. Thank you for that brilliant idea. I'm going to make lasagna this week. I have not had lasagna in so long. Thank you, Omar, both for your description using extreme adjectives with intensifiers. Very good. And for your dinner suggestion. I appreciate that. Daniel, are you back from wherever you were? Daniel's in limbo. Daniel, let's see. Daniel has totally disappeared. It is particularly mysterious, and I am completely mystified, utterly stupefied by his sudden and entirely unexplained disappearance. Oh, Omar, send the dogs. Release the hounds. We must find Daniel. Okay. Okay. I should answer Daniel's questions, which I did not see earlier. That's way so huge. Actually, if you see, let me talk about that a second. If you see Daniel's, before he disappeared, he put in the chat box, that's way so huge. That's not quite right, Daniel. And I hope you can hear me.
I'm back. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you. What about that's way so huge? We don't say way so huge. You may hear way too huge.
Oakley, I think you mute yourself. Can you hear me?
The teacher is mute.
Oakley.
Teacher, the microphone.
Okay. He's talking in the Google chat.
Daniel, are you hearing me?
Yeah. Oakley is coming back right now.
Yeah.
There you are.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a weird glitch. If I don't have put my cursor in the chat box and I start to type, it's a really weird thing. As the host, it blocks me out of the meeting. It's very weird. It's happened to me before.
Yeah. It happens to me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It happens to you guys too? All right. I should definitely report that to the tech department. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, what was okay? Not so. What was the? Now I lost the thread here. Daniel had. It was a really so. Oh, okay. Well, I forgot, but you had so big or so something used as
Yeah, yeah,
a.
yeah. You said that the correct one was that's way too huge instead of so huge.
Okay, oh, that's a way so huge. Okay, way. Oh, so big, dog. No, we can't use so this way. That's way so huge. Okay, that's way too huge. Okay, it would be more common. Okay, very important too is definitely an adverb, but to that is a negative word. This is another very common second language speaker mistake. They say, oh, it's a giant forest and there's too many trees. They just mean that there are many trees and they're trying to intensify. Okay, they're trying to use to as an intensifier, but they don't realize it doesn't really mean there are very many trees. It really means that the number is bad. We should cut down some trees because there's too many. We need less, is what is implied. Something's way too huge, and yes, we can use this expression. Way too is very common, but it means it should be smaller. It implies this is bad. That's not good that it is that large. Okay, so. Saying it's too beautiful, it would be a common mistake. Oh, it's too beautiful in the Philippines means it should be uglier, is what you're saying. Which, of course, sounds weird. Okay, Daniel. Going back to. Let's practice trying to use some more extreme adjectives with. Intensifiers, completely, totally. Okay, tell me about the dumbest person you know.
What do you mean with dumbest?
Least intelligent.
Okay.
You can make up something, all right.
I don't know. That person is completely foolish.
Okay. Okay. It would foolish be a strong adjective or just a normal adjective?
With completely strong, I think.
Okay, the person is completely foolish. Do you think the adjective foolish is a strong adjective?
But maybe it should work better with totally, no?
It's totally foolish. Well, to tell you the truth, I think foolish, very foolish. Okay, not that it particularly matters, but if you want to tell the difference between an extreme adjective and just what's considered a normal adjective, normal adjectives are almost always modified with an intensifier. Foolish, very foolish. I would say foolish belongs with small and big and bad and good. All right. What is a more extreme adjective instead of foolish?
I don't know. Stupid.
Foolish is very mild. I don't mind if you call me foolish. I am foolish, but that's okay. You can call me foolish, but yes, don't call me stupid. That's extreme. All right? Don't say I'm stupid, moronic, retarded.
Retarded. I heard that in the movie.
All right. My feelings might be hurt, Daniel, if you called me any of those words, 'cause those are much more extreme adjectives. Okay. But I don't mind if you want to call me foolish. I don't mind if you want to call me silly. I'm a very silly person. Yeah, okay. Sure. Okay. But if you're kind of going to call me moronic, all right, an utterly moronic teacher, that might hurt my feelings. Okay. Okay. Let's try. We're gonna go around and practice a little more. Gregory, tell me about a wonderful, beautiful, a place you've been, which is very, very good, very, very nice and pretty. I'm trying to use very mild adjectives, but I want you to try to use more extreme adjectives with intensifiers. A place.
About what?
A
Place
place.
where I'm living.
Any place. A place you've been which is particularly... see, in order to explain it, I have to use... I'm trying to explain it by not using
I
strong
see.
adjectives, and it's not possible for my English-speaking brain.
I'm living in beautiful, small, terrific, cozy town.
Okay. Okay. You're listing adjectives, which there's nothing wrong with listing adjectives. Okay. See, for my brain, trying to even explain the questions, it's very hard because I want you to explain something using strong adjectives and intensifiers, adverbs. So in order to explain the question, I have to use strong adjectives. Describe a particularly beautiful place.
I realize.
Yeah.
I'm living in absolutely cozy town.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely cozy. All right, I might say exceptionally cozy, particularly cozy. Maybe more of a common collocation, but that's the idea. Okay. Why do you say it's absolutely cozy? What makes it so?
Because I feel so.
Okay. Why are your neighbors, are the people totally friendly and exceptionally helpful?
I say it because my town was built according to a special plan. It's a very nice place in the mountains, and it's just beautiful, and people friendly. It's tiny. Before that, I was living in huge cities in Moscow and Donetsk. It's very huge and very crowded, enormous crowded cities. Now I live in tiny, and because it's tiny, it's cozy, nuggy.
Well, there you go. You've got the adjectives, but throw in some intensifiers. A quite tiny town, and
quite tiny, pretty nuggy town.
Okay, and you came from really huge cities where it was completely crowded. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, is throw in these intensifiers. You're throwing in the adjectives now, but throw in the intensifiers as well. Let me greet Kate. Hi, Kate.
Hi, how are you?
I'm exceptionally terrific.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah. I'm practicing using strong adjectives with adverbial intensifiers. Why don't you try? How are you, Kate?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Okay. Kate is using intensifiers with just sort of regular adjectives. What we're talking about is we kind of tend to use different intensifiers for different kinds of adjectives. All right.
Okay.
More extreme intensifiers, I mean adverbs. So, okay. We use more simple adverbs with more simple adjectives. All right. You're doing very well. Okay, well is quite simple. And when I answered, I said I'm doing exceptionally terrific.
Okay, I see. I can use different one. I'm extremely happy now.
Okay, all right. Happy. All right. Happy is more of a normal adjective. Extremely happy. We often use extremely, okay, with kind of more normal adjectives. Extremely excited, really interesting, very excited. Okay. What is a more extreme adjective for happy? Kate, do you know? Do you know any?
Extremely happy. Maybe. Are you asking about meaning of extremely happy or?
What is an adjective which means, like, enormous means very, very big?
Yes.
What word means very happy?
Very happy. Joyful? Can I say joyful or?
Joyful? Yeah, okay, good one.
Okay,
all right, I'll give you that. Joyful, maybe exuberant. Here's another one. Exuberant. Ooh, big word. Okay, very good. So you could say you are completely joyful, utterly joyful. Okay. Or exceptionally exuberant. All right, with more extreme adjectives. Okay. Let's see. Daniel. Okay, an unintelligent person. Well, unintelligent. Dopey. Yeah. Okay. Actually, Daniel, kind of funny. If you want to talk about a person who's not so intelligent, we have about 1 million ways to do that in English, but often we use more complex ways, like similes and idioms, and okay, we have lots and lots and lots of ways, but many of them are more metaphorical.
What is the most polite?
Most polite?
Yeah, unintelligent.
Okay, maybe I could say he's a little simple. Okay. There's not a lot of polite ways, but there's lots of impolite ways. He's as dumb as a box of rocks. Okay. He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. How about that one? Right.
Yeah.
We have a lot of similes.
That is like a quote, or
yeah,
something.
It's an idiomatic. It's idiomatic. It's also a simile. Okay. All right. There are more than one way to describe things. So actually, it's worth mentioning. I'm mentioning weaker and stronger adjectives and using adverbs, but of course, there are many creative ways in English to describe things. Okay, Omar, tell me a little bit about, let's see, a movie that you saw that you liked.
Okay. I don't remember, but the name. Yeah, I don't remember. It's a musical, actually. Les Miserables. I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah. That's good. Good job.
And that movie was absolutely breathtaking.
Good one. Gold star.
Can I see that?
Yes, you can, and that's a very
Okay.
good collocation. Excellent. Good job. Okay. What aspects of the movie were particularly enthralling for you?
The music.
Okay. What about the music?
Well, the music was totally mm, magnificent,
Oh, very good.
amazing, unbelievable.
Okay. Amazing. Completely amazing. Totally unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Okay, Omar is getting into the spirit of this idea. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, using these intensifiers will absolutely help you to sound much more natural. Okay, whether they're just lesser intensifiers with less strong adjectives or strong intensifiers with strong adjectives. Daniel, tell me, go the other way. A movie you did not enjoy.
Okay, that movie was absolutely disgusting. No?
Okay. Why? What movie? Do you really have a movie in mind?
Yeah, that one I don't remember the. Ah, yeah, this is the end or something like that.
Okay. Why was it absolutely disgusting?
Because that was pretty sadic. I don't know if I'm using the proper word.
Pretty what?
Sadic. I don't know if I'm using the proper word. When there are organs, blood, legs
Ew, okay,
flying around the side.
that is disgusting. What's the word you're using? Pretty
Sadic. No?
sadic.
I don't know if it.
I don't know what.
How can you call this type of movie?
Well, gruesome comes to my mind if I'm thinking of especially if I'm thinking of a more extreme adjective.
It's like
Particularly
the Texas Chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Gory, gruesome, bloody.
Oh, okay.
Disgusting was good. Yeah.
Traumatic, maybe.
Dramatic works. Yeah, dramatic. Horrific. Yeah. Okay. Right. All of those would work. Very good. Okay. Even though all of you are exceptionally brilliant students, although Kate was slightly tardy,
Yes,
it
I'm
was
sorry.
it was okay. No problem, Kate. I just said that so I could use an adverb intensifier and an adjective tardy. And even so, I hope that you learned something. But I have to go because I have another class coming right up here at Verbling. So thank you very much, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you, Oakley.
And
Okay,
see you next
thank you.
time. All right.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye, puppy. Bye. Okay.